So BlockFi declared bankruptcy yesterday, but let's break down how this is actually traced back all the way to UST and Terra Luna's collapse earlier this year. See, BlockFi wasn't operating by itself. It was caught in a web of interdependent centralized entities that were lending money to each other and actually participating in pretty egregious behavior, if you ask me. So let's take a look at how that actually is broken down. Here's a little diagram that I made, but let's back up. It starts with BlockFi. Now, BlockFi did one of their main creditors was a firm called Three Arrows Capital that was the leader of their Series B funding, which actually gave them around $30 million. Now, they were not just a funding source for BlockFi, they were actually a big customer. So BlockFi was actually lending $80 million around, this is a speculation, it's not known exactly, at their world-class 8% lending rates that they were offered on their platform. Now, there is this little triangle pyramid looking thing over here, right, which we know as the Anchor Protocol, which was the really great idea that you could deposit money and you could get sweet 20% gains on your money. So Three Arrows Capital wasn't stupid. They were just borrowing money from BlockFi at an 8% rate, depositing it into Anchor Protocol and getting 20% returns on that money. How genius is this infinite money glitch that they had discovered? Of course, we all know what happens. Anchor Protocol collapses because of the algorithmic stablecoin mechanism. The sweet 20% gains collapse because of that. And Three Arrows Capital collapses because it cannot continue under the crushing weight of the debt, which also means that their position of an $80 million loan that they had taken out from BlockFi is forced to liquidate that loan. And that puts BlockFi in a really troublesome scenario. Remember, this was earlier this summer. Centralized exchanges were collapsing left and right because a lot of them were exposed through either directly or indirectly to Anchor Protocol. However, there is something that came along. A savior came, FTX. And he just basically said to the CEO of BlockFi, SBF said, we'll give you a line of credit, which basically means you can basically just give us a call if you ever need some money. And if it's up until $400 million, you can just call us to get some credit. Really great deal, right? Of course, it turns out that that money was actually coming from users' funds, and that was a breach of contract. It turns out that Alameda Research, another crypto vending firm, was actually the one that was lending out the money, and it turns out that the source of that money was users' funds. Now, we all have heard what happened recently, where this entire thing also collapsed, leaving BlockFi at the end holding a big bag of a lot of liabilities. And that's what happened. So let's look at the actual proceedings. It says here that they have around 100,000 people that had lent them money, anywhere from $1 to $10 billion and around $1 to $10 billion in liability. It says that the total money in their asset sheets right now is around $256 million, which they are prioritizing to keep the operations running while the bankruptcy proceedings are happening, and also to make their users' accounts whole as best as they can do. Whether they'll be able to or not is still yet to be seen. And I'm really sorry if any of you have been affected. Let me know if this is actually useful and if you have any questions about what happened. Thank you for stopping by.